All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. Thanks everyone so much for joining us. This demo is brought to you by Onboard Informatics, where we make it easier for people to access and use local information. Today we are going to talk about a new tool we're introducing called AddressReport, and we're going to walk you through that demo. My name is Erin Gilbert. I'm the Director of Marketing here, and I'm joined by Ira Monco.
Hi, good afternoon, guys.
He is our Chief Solutions Architect. We wanted to start today by showing you a typical real estate website. This is something we mocked up. You can see there are no big lead capture forms here and no pop-ups. But embedded in this website is a secret tool that will lead to more qualified leads for your company. And we all know what that means, more revenue. So let's talk about the tool, and at the end of the session today, Ira will show you how it works in this specific website. So in order to grow your business, we all know you need to capture and nurture more leads. You need to stay top of mind. You need to become a valuable resource throughout the home shopping process. And in doing so, you'll drive revenue through increased conversions. Well, we have a single tool that will accomplish all of this for you, and it's called AddressReport. We believe that AddressReport is the best of the best property reporting tool on the market. And you're welcome to go to addressreport.com after this demo and take a look at all it really entails. It's very simple. You simply go to the website. I'm going to put in address here in Colorado, and immediately it pulls up a bunch of interesting information on this property. Now you notice that a pop-up appears. I'm going to click out of this so you can just see what the report looks like. But it includes location information, building, financial, transportation. AddressReport has taken hundreds of millions of data points from Onboard and created these beautiful, easy-to-read property reports. And you can see it's very easy to understand. Now, as I'm scrolling through this, pop-ups are going to appear. If you put this on your website, you will be able to capture leads through these pop-up forms. And in addition to the email address here, you can customize what other information you would like to capture in the form. So that's one way that this very valuable information tool becomes a lead generator for your company. In addition, if I want to dial into any specific data point, I can click on that, but again, it is going to ask for my information. So in order to dig into more information on the property report, I need to give a little bit of contact information. So that's the overall address report tool and what it looks like. Once that lead is captured, we will start sending out automatic emails that might look something like this based on the property that that visitor inquired about. And these emails will go out automatically. They will include your branding in the top right and will include a customized call to action that you designate at the bottom. So now it's become an informative tool on your website. People who visit your website will stay on longer. It's captured leads, and it's nurtured those leads through one easy tool. What we've seen is pretty remarkable. 30 to 60% of prospects elect to supply their email address when going to AddressReport. So we're getting a lot of leads. We also see high engagement. Average open rates on initial email to prospects is approximately 80%, which tells us that people care about this information. And finally, it endures. After 3 months of emailing a list 1 to 2 times per week, we continue to see a blended open rate of around 35%. We all know the buying cycle is long, and this is a way to maintain contact with those prospects throughout the entire cycle. So it's easy, it's effective, and we've made it really simple to put it on your website. I was going to tell you how that works.
Thanks, Erin. The mouse? Yeah, so this solution has been designed to be a turnkey solution. There's really no development on your end from your developers other than in how you decide you want to integrate it into your website, the interest points. It's fast. We can get it up and running in less than a week for you. And we've designed it to have a simple pricing structure. It's a flat monthly fee with unlimited usage. That means you can, your consumers can run as many reports as they want. You can have as many consumers as you want, so you'll understand what the costs are. So we're going to bounce back to that sample brokerage website that we were looking at before, and this way I can show you a couple of the different entry points that you might want to use. So we're pretending that this is a local brokerage here in New York City, and on the homepage here we have one of our neighborhoods, Midtown Manhattan. So perhaps the consumer is interested in learning more about it. They could click on that and go directly to a neighborhood report for Midtown Manhattan. So here you'll see it's all the information about that neighborhood. And you scroll down, you can see our boundary for Midtown Manhattan highlighted, and you can also see that perhaps they're interested in clicking into one of the other related neighborhoods, and you could simply do that here. You'll notice up here, there's our encouraging the consumer to leave their information to get more, to be updated about this neighborhood if they're interested in it. Go ahead and click out of that. But you'll see up here, all your developers would need to do is simply call AddressReport and pass in the neighborhood name. Now, your instance of AddressReport would be co-branded to you. So up in the header, you would be able to see your logo. You would also get a custom subdomain. So instead of www, it would be yourname.addressreport.com. So that's just one entry point. Let's go back to the sample broker site. And if you scroll down here to the bottom, you could also add a form so that somebody could input their address. And one of the ways that we see high success rates with consumers is giving them a tool to see what their home is worth. So I'm going to go ahead and input the onboard street address, which is 90 Broad Street, and go ahead and submit that. And so here we are. We're looking at the address report for 90 Broad Street here in Manhattan. And if you scroll down, you will see what it is worth and all the other information about this property. Another way that you might want to incorporate it into your website is within listing results or listings details. So for specific properties where you already know the address on your website, you could go ahead and just build a direct link. So here we have 12817 115th Avenue in Queens, and there we go. There's the address report for this property. So you can imagine that you could add that for every property on your website and give the consumer all the information they may want to know about that property. Let me just jump back into my presentation here. So there's really two flavors of address report. There is the co-branded, which is the turnkey property reports which we're looking at, and the subdomain that I described. And and like I mentioned, that instance of address report would be co-branded to your website or your brand, so that you could have your own logo in there. We also, I'm going to hop back because I forgot to mention, we also have the ability to, within the report, suppress certain areas of content. So let's say, for instance, this mortgage calculator. If you wanted to suppress that and perhaps put something different in there, we can certainly do that for you. We have that capability. So that's the first flavor. The second flavor is the lead generation. So those pop-ups that were encouraging me to leave my email address, you could actually turn those off. However, if you wanted to get the full benefit of address report, I would suggest leaving that on. And the reason being, the idea is the consumer will input their information because they're interested in that address or that neighborhood. And then we will start a drip mail campaign. And as new information becomes available about that address or that neighborhood, we'll send them a drip. And in addition to that, when we collect that consumer information, we can actually send an email to you at a pre-designated email address. A lot of times people will do that because it's a very easy way to import that contact into your own CRM system. The emails that we send out are co-branded, so we're sending out those address report emails on your behalf. That way your brand stays in front of them. And it's really all about consumer incubation, right? So perhaps somebody isn't ready to make a buying decision today, but hopefully they will be a little bit down the road, and your brand will be in front of them when they do. So I'm going to pass it back over to Erin.
That's really what we had to show to you today. In a nutshell, this is a very easy tool to put on your website. It's going to get and capture leads. It's going to nurture those leads that will lead to higher conversions. It's going to keep people on your site and keep your brand top of mind throughout the buying process. This is a tool that can be customized for you. It's embedded in your site, and it's very easy to get up and running. So before we end today, we just wanted to see if any of you had any questions. If you want to take the next steps or want to talk to someone individually, we suggest reaching out to Walter. His contact information is here, 646-747-0197, and he can explain a little bit more about how it works specifically for you. It doesn't look like anyone has any questions at this point. So
yeah, if you do have a question, you can just go ahead and type it into your the question box there, and so I think I'm having a tough time reading the question on our application, but I believe David has a question. We will get back to you after the call.
is this a tool only for single family?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So David's question is this tool only for single-family homes? No, it is not. This tool is built on the national data set of 150 million properties. So that certainly, it's, single-family, multifamily, there's condos, co-ops, there's even some commercial property in there. And the data set behind it is a partnership that we have with CoreLogic, and it is the base layer data is the county tax assessor's data. So it's public record, but we do bring it in-house and do quite a bit of work on it before we make it available in this application. Are there any other questions? All right, I think that's all the questions for now. Like I said, here's Walt's contact info. If you're interested, you can certainly reach out to him, and we will follow up with all of you. We thank you for attending this afternoon, and look forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you.